All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, hey guys. I'm trying to get my dry fire in. And as soon as I finish with the dry fire, because I got a lot of dry fire to finish, because my finger's tired. Once I finish this finger now this finger, and then I do this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then that one, and then of course we got to go upside down and upside down and upside down. Just dry firing, right? A little dry fire, a little dry fire, a little dry fire. No, that's not dry fire. That's stupid. Lots of questions lately because we're all home, right? Mick, is dry fire bad for my gun? Mick, what should I be dry firing because I want to do something that's beneficial? Mick, is dry fire bad because there's no recoil? Mick, I don't know what to do. Can you give me fun dry fire? Let's hit all those. First of all, is it bad for your blaster? I don't know. Bad is somewhat the wrong way to look at it. Think about it this way. I've got a beautiful pair of Victos running shoes upstairs. When I took them out of the box, they were pristine. Now they're not. They're not destroyed, but they're not pristine. Why? Because I went and ran on them. I work in the gym. I go to the range. I walk around town. I am using them. So think about dry fire not as destroying your gun, but as using it, as designed. What's your goal? So every time we come to this discussion, what's your goal? The goal with dry fire is to get better at something. What's the something? I'm not going to tell you how to become a grandmaster shooter. I don't have those skills. There's people that do have those skills that have dry fire programs. You know what I can share with you? How to use this gun to hit a target. Well, that's weird. I mean, isn't that what a gun's for? You're damn right it is. Yet too many people want to run around and do stupid pretend action guy stuff like they're in a video game or, I don't know, playing out some sick fantasy rather than actually use the weapon for what it's designed for. My 2 cents or 4 in this sense. Who cares about that? So will you hurt the gun? As long as it's a modern firearm, chances are you're not going to hurt it, but you are wearing out the parts. If you want to put a snap cap in it, fine. At the end of the day, if you're dry firing enough, you're probably going to get pretty darn good if you're going to wear the gun out. Chances are you're not going to, and you should be replacing parts anyway. What's the goal? The goal is to get really good with the gun so that you can protect yourself. So who cares if you wear some springs out and wear some parts out? You're getting good with the gun to defend yourself. Next question, what should I be doing? Well, what do you want to get good at? That's what you should be doing. Do you have a really weak draw stroke that's inefficient or unsafe? Then work on that. Do you have a reholster that's safe or flipped where you're not paying attention? Work on that. Be mindful of that. Do you have reloads that you're constantly missing? Work on that, right? Work on that till the point that it becomes effortless and you can do it with your eyes closed. Do you have a hard time maintaining a good grip as you press the gun out and press the trigger back without disturbing the sights? Work on that. That's what dry fire is. It's a chance for you, without expending resources on the range, without having to drive somewhere, without having to expend energy to leave the house, to instill good skills. But here's the caveat to that. If you're not mindful of what you're doing, you are instilling shit. So let's real quick talk about, I was joking as we started doing this, I'm dry firing. Well, technically I am dry firing. I am pressing a trigger on an empty chamber, but I'm not learning anything. I'm actually imparting a bunch of bullshit. So a very simple skill that you can do, I don't care if you're the greatest shooter in the world or somebody that's just learning, good grip, high tight, form my grip, right? Karate chop, wow, roll forward, press the gun out. When I'm doing this, even in dry practice, what you guys may not see, if I had a cameraman, freaking social distancing, my body posture's forward. I just felt my weight come onto my toes. Boom, I'm on my toes. I felt my butt cheeks tighten. I'm just joking, they didn't, I just said that. But I did feel my grip lock in. My upper body formed a loop of meat and sinew and bone. all the way around, a freaking meat loop. Ooh. In doing so, I got into my natural shooting position. I saw that sight come into clear alignment, pressure, 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 the shot broke. And I can push back through that trigger, watching the sight as it is moving or not moving. That's a thing, something to think about as I'm pressing on that trigger. As these fingers move, as this hand moves, this muscle, sinew, and bones here, as these move and tighten, if these ones are moving, your muzzle's probably moving, right? So if you're a jerking and a yanking and a cranking and a spanking on that gun, right? Not good, not good. Good things are not gonna happen out where the bullet's gonna impact. No jerking and a spanking, because that's not a good thing. So think about a good locked in grip, right? No milky milk. Any of you guys ever milk a cow or a goat? I was a goat milking champion at one point in my life. I probably still could be if I had the opportunity. You don't want to be milking. If you're milking and a jerking, your shots are going to be a hurting. You know, look at that. Look at that. As I'm squeezing, look at the muzzle. Is that what you want? No. So don't instill that through dry practice. If you see all of these tendons in muscle moving, something's moving here. Look, this isn't rocket science, guys. Lock into the gun. Once you can do that, take a hand away. So as we're talking about dry fire, well, he didn't cover this, he didn't cover that. First of all, you get what you pay for. Second of all, anybody that tries to pass on something in 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes like this, you know you're not gonna get it all right. I'm trying to give you food for thought. The last couple videos I put up had some people freaking out because their brain was too collapsed to actually see the big picture. So I hope that you're seeing the big picture here. None of this is the end all be all. It's food for thought. What's your goal? I hope it's to get really good with the gun so that if necessary you can lay righteous waste to whoever's trying to hurt you. You can impose your righteous will on somebody that's trying to impose their unrighteous will upon you. Hopefully you never have to. So that should be your goal. Rock hard grip, good sight alignment, pressure, 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 pressure through the trigger. Don't practice to sit here and do this, because you're not going to be engaging somebody trying to hurt you pressing the trigger like this. Make sense? If I could sum up dry fire in one sentence or a paragraph, it'd be this: practice what you want to do for real. The way that I grip the gun, the way that I engage a magazine, the way that I holster that gun, the way that I breathe, the way I move my hips, the way I do anything is the way I want to do it for real, because that's what you're training for. This is Mickey with CarryTrainer.com. By the way, I really love this new Langdon Beretta. I don't know what the heck, you guys. I'm cheating on the other ones, but right now this Vertec grip is feeling pretty good. Mirror glow sights on there. Nice. Think about what you're doing. Have a plan. If you're milking and a jerking, your shots are gonna be a hurting. Be good. Peace out. Guys, it's important that you put these things back together right, because otherwise you're getting reps with a tourniquet that will not be in the condition with which you will find it on a person's vest or in their kit or anything like that. So don't just put them any old way. If you don't remember, ask. How about that? Throw it! Throw it! Throw it!